Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Empowerment Reckless Podcast. My name is Ashley, and along with me will be my other founders, Diamond, Latoya, and Dale. In this podcast, we are here to inspire and motivate you to be the best versions of yourself. We talk about all the hottest and latest topics from, relationships, mental health, anxiety, passive income. We discuss any possible topic that you can think of. So if you get a chance, go ahead and click the link in the bio and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you know what? We hope you enjoy what we bring you. All right, talk to you guys soon.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to our third episode of Empowerment Reckless. You have me, Diamond. Hello. You got Ashley and you got Dale here. So today our topic is, are you giving up on relationships in 2022? So this is a great topic that everybody likes to touch bases on. And I know we are in a new time and generation, and relationships aren't exactly what they used to be back in our mother and grandmother times. So we can go ahead and get started. Who wants to start the conversation and get the ball rolling?
I can take the floor.
Okay.
So my question, when it comes to relationships, what specifically do you look for in a person?
Mardell, do you want to start or do you want me to go?
You can go.
Okay. What I look for is someone that's family oriented, because of course I have 3 amazing, beautiful children. So that's definitely important. Number 2, definitely spiritual. Number 3, let me see. Number 3, I'm trying to put them in order. Number 3, goofy, to hold a conversation. Spontaneous. I do like somebody that's very dominant because I like to be submissive. Let's see. A great smile. Looks are everything, but I do like a great smile. Fashionable. Finance is not really a big deal because I'm simple and I can get creative and I can plan anything at home or go to the park or whatever. I don't know, just somebody that's cool, laid back, and somebody that I can have a good time with, that's drama free and that just knows how to have a good time.
Okay. Everybody just tuned in. You heard what Diamond's looking for, so you know what I'm saying? So I already said what she looking for. She ain't materialistic, so you know what I mean?
Quality over everything. I just ask for time.
Okay.
I can be clingy at times.
All right now.
That's right. They got like they're gonna have a special present. She's gonna be at the right address, not the wrong address. You know what I mean? The right address this time.
Okay.
Randall.
Well, Diamond pretty much hit everything on the head.
Yeah, she did. She took control of that conversation.
Yes.
Oh, you like to be submissive?
Nah, I ain't no, I ain't a little bit of the submissive side of things. No. It's it's not even really about kind of me or anybody. Well, I'm just speaking for me controlling the situation. It's just I have always been a provider in relationships that I have been in. So that just has come with the territory. It's not like, oh, I want to control everything. It just has always come to it. I mean, I feel like this with, a man or a woman. A woman is going to submit if you're leading properly. And that's just what it is. It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. If that person is leading, they're going to submit. It's no question to ask. So a lot of people, and I will say men and women, apply like that forceful, controlling, when in theory, you don't even have to do all of that. Just lead and your woman will follow. And most people don't understand that.
So you follow?
Nah, I definitely lead. I can't. You know what? I compromise. I can definitely compromise with my partner. I have no issue compromising. If it's strategic or it's logical, absolutely. I don't have a problem. But I'm not a. I know. How like you're in a relationship, that mistakes and things happen. So it's just like you don't want anything bad to kind of happen to the situation. So I kind of, step in and like, okay, I'm going to take control in this situation because I know how it could go. So, like I said, everybody is different. Everybody is different.
Interesting.
Rendell, are you submissive?
Very submissive. Very.
Okay. Y'all heard that.
Very.
Dale is submissive. Y'all heard that, right? Okay.
Very submissive.
Y'all ain't playing on y'all ain't playing. Y'all coming in strong. Okay. All right, I got a question. So if you get in a relationship and you break up with that person and you attempt to get in another relationship, but instantly and constantly you're saying, I'm healed, I'm healed, I'm healed. My question for you guys is, are you really healed, or is it you're just trying to not think about it? Because I feel like if a person is healed, like they say, why do they continue to bring up the situation?
Well,
I can answer that.
Okay, go ahead, Andrea.
You might not, it might be some ties in that situation. You might have kids together. You might have old finances together. You might have loose ends that hasn't been all tied up, hasn't been hashed out yet. So that could be still lingering around in your head that you're not quite over yet. And that old person may be still contacting you or won't leave you alone, that is bothering you. So you could be over the relationship, the love part, but that person can still be contacting you in some type of way. That other person may not be over you.
Mm-hmm.
And can't accept the fact that you have moved on and still probably trying to get at you.
So what about go ahead.
You never know, like, you don't hate a person, you probably just not in love with that person anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You probably can still be friends with that person, and some people just can't be friends without having a sexual relationship or any type of encounter, just actually real friends. Some people can't co-parent without some type of argument or anything. So,
I agree.
I agree. So what about the relationships where that says, like you said, that's a good point, but they say that they're healed, but you may do something that ex may have done that triggered them, and they spazzed out on you, and then when y'all finally have a conversation, they indicate that you did something that reminded them of something their ex done. Is that person healed, or is it maybe just? I mean, we are entitled to have we are entitled to have situations come up in our life where we're just like, okay, you know, that does kind of put me in a bad headspace just due to the fact of something that happened, you know, previously. But then you ask yourself, am I really healed because I'm allowing that person's behavior to affect how I'm feeling now?
I mean, that person probably really did that action really bad to annoy you, and your next relationship, that person did the exact same thing. It can be a trigger. Like, it can get under your skin that bad. You can say, wait a minute, like, you can't do that. Yeah, you can let your new spouse know, look, this is what happened in my previous relationship. My previous spouse did this to me so bad that I can't take that. So it can be a trigger. It doesn't mean that you're not healed from your last relationship. It can just be a trigger.
Right. I was going to say that. It could just be something minute, but that doesn't mean that we're not healed from the situation. But I feel like if you're coming in a relationship and you automatically setting boundaries with the person, what you don't like, then it shouldn't be an issue. However, I know people and they may slip up a time or two, but I don't think that doesn't mean that you want him. But if you have that they're just, you know, complaining about all the time, then yeah, then they're definitely not. If it's every little, then no.
Yeah, I do definitely say that's very important what you said. Setting boundaries in a relationship prior to, you know, having expectations about what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept goes a long way. I'm not saying that this is you know, you shouldn't expect anything from anybody. You know, you should always go. I feel like any relationship you go into should always go into it with a clear mind. There shouldn't be any expectations, but you do have to set boundaries about what you're going to allow and what you're not going to allow. Because when you don't have boundaries set, everything goes completely to the left. Because there's always a misunderstanding, miscommunication. Someone doesn't understand. So it's very vital that you do set, you know, boundaries in the beginning of the relationship, you know. But then I person like me, I think this is the way I think. Like, even if you set those boundaries, people change every day. So you could be with that.
So what are boundaries? What are boundaries?
Like, it's my thing with boundaries is more so like deal breakers. What you allow and what you know for a fact that you're not going to accept. You know, those are what I consider like deal breakers, boundaries, things that I know for a fact that I'm, you know, not going to accept in a relationship. For me, you know, I have a teenager, so I'm not saying, I am saying that, you know, he's a part of me. So if you don't like kids or you don't want kids, I don't think I'm the woman for you. It's that simple. You know, it's really that simple. It's no gray areas. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. If you don't like kids or want kids, I'm not the woman for you, because I have a son, you know, and that's what's going to happen. You know, a lot of people, you get in relationships, they're like, oh, I want all your time. No, listen, let me explain this to you. I have a son. My son is going to get a mass majority of my time. I'm able to give you time. However, you can't have all of my time. I like to spend time with my family. I like to spend time with my son. So I can allot you time, but a lot of people, they don't understand that. You know, they really don't understand that. You know, deal breaker too, disrespect. I don't feel like, you know, if we can't communicate like civilized adults with each other, without calling each other our name, without me hitting you, we don't need to be in a relationship. Because if I got to talk with my hands, I don't need to be with you. If me and you can't have a conversation, then it's no point. It's not, it's the everything right there stops. You know what I mean? It's like it's no point. It's no point.
Right. On the I don't mean to cut you off, but like you said, on the communication as far as, you know, sitting down, having a conversation like adults, but carrying on and ignoring people for 2 or 3 days at a time, like that's so immature.
Mm-hmm. And the truth of the matter is, people think that cheating ruins a relationship. It does, but in theory, inconsistency, miscommunication, and doing all those crazy things can ruin a relationship as well. It's the same thing.
Exactly.
It's not just about cheating nowadays. People be like, oh, well, I didn't cheat on you. You may have not cheated on me, but what about the other things that you have done? What about not supporting me as your partner? What about not being there for me mentally, physically, spiritually? You know what I mean? Like, it's so many things. Communication, you know, being consistent, you know, being mean what you say, and that's it. You know, like, it's things of that nature that I look into, and I'm just like, it's not just cheating. People will be so quick to rely on that. Well, I didn't cheat on you. It's not just about cheating. It's so many different elements. You know what I mean? I feel like you're supposed to grow
Support.
grow with your partner. You know what I mean? We grow together. It's not about, oh, you know, you're elevating and that's fine. You know, go ahead, elevate. I want you to elevate, even if you elevate before me. That's totally fine. I'm gonna still support you 100%. But nowadays, it's not.
Let's elevate together.
Right. It's not like that nowadays. I'm in competition with you. You know, we're trying to see who's gonna get to the first million. Who's gonna be the first millionaire? But in theory, why can't we do it together? And if you get there first, reach your arm back down and grab me back up. That's how a relationship should work.
Actually, we're supposed to do this together. Let's bounce our ideas off of each other. Your idea can elevate my idea.
Right.
And we can make this million together.
Totally agree.
But I do believe that sometimes if the other person can sacrifice sometimes. Like if your partner is prevailing a little faster than you, but you're along the way helping them, you know, get there, then I feel like that's fine as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you're with them the whole step of the way. You're supporting the whole step of the way.
But it's like, for the life of me, I see that so often. Like, people can't never come together that way anymore. It's always a competition. And I'm like, how are you? And I speak to guys and I speak to several women as well. How are you in competition with your spouse? I just don't get it. I can't be in competition with someone that I say that I want to build with. And while we're on the building conversation, I'm not getting in a relationship just to play house. I'm getting in a relationship to marry. And when I say marry, whole nother conversation. But I'm getting in a relationship to marry, not just play house and just be like, you know, you've been with me for X amount of years and still no commitment. No
commitment, no marriage,
no marriage, no
anything.
That's why I always say with people, let's just be honest. If a person can't even attempt to give you what you desire, why are you still making sure that you're giving that person what they desire when they can't even give you the bare minimum?
You're wasting years of your life.
Yep. Too many people are in the wrong relationship. Too many people. And, you know, like we have been discussing on our other podcasts, is about, you know, the whole mental thing. Is like, being in a wrong relationship can mentally drain you. And it make you feel like it's nobody else out here to love you. And that's how some people want you to feel like it. But trust me, there's somebody for everybody out here. And there's people out here to love you the right way and treat you the way you need to be treated. So don't nobody out here, you can listen to this podcast, don't ever think that you are not good enough. Trust me, there are people out here waiting to love you the right way. I always say, it's so many fishes in the sea. You might have your eye on that distant salmon, but that distant salmon may not be the one for you. You might got to move on to a different salmon because that one that you get is not it.
Mhm.
It's not it. Y'all got some more questions? Sure you do.
Do you have some more questions for us?
Huh? Y'all want me to ask
You
more?
You have
asked
some
a
more-
good question.
No, we all ask good questions. We all ask great questions.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
What you was about to say?
No, it was going to be a question, but
Oh, go ahead.
Oh. So my next question was going to be, and this is really, it's not saying, no, it's not, we're not calling on people names. We're just really speaking and giving a kind of insight because we all are human and we have gone through things. What would you say was what was the worst place that you ever been at in a relationship where you like, I had to leave, like, I gotta go. This is not it. Have you guys ever experienced a time where you were in a relationship and you just like, I have to go. This ain't it. My mental is depleting. My health is depleting. Have you guys ever experienced that?
Ooh,
I
you
have experienced that. I experienced that. I definitely have experienced that.
So you have been at a low point before in a relationship.
Yes.
So how did you overcome it? Can you tell our followers, how did you overcome it? What did you do?
Ooh. Woo. Woo. Well, it was my second son's father. Well, basically, it was at a point where if I didn't want to be with him, nobody could be with me at all. This man burnt my house down completely down. I didn't see him for a good, after he did it, he was on a run. Like all it took was him burning my house down. I didn't want to be nowhere near him. I didn't answer the phone for him or anything. He called and told me I couldn't be with him. I couldn't be with nobody in his house. And it wasn't his house. It was my house. He made me feel miserable, low, like nobody wanted me, cared about me, nothing. So I was at that point.
Well, a time for me was back in 2018, 2019. Very abusive as far as like verbal abuse, and it really did take a toll on me. Stress. I think I got down to like 97 pounds. And I went to the doctor one day, and my nerves was bad, you got literally. And the doctor said, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." So she asked me my blood pressure. So she took my blood pressure. She come back. She says, "You're at a high risk of high blood pressure. So I'm gonna need you to make sure you keep your, you need to keep your blood pressure at a certain level, or I'm gonna have to prescribe you medication. So at this point, I'm already like mind blown because I'm like, what in the hell? Like, I'm only 28. How the hell I can have high blood pressure at a young age? So I went home, and all I can remember is I called my dad, and he's a pastor. I called him. I said, Dad, I just need you to pray for me. I just need you to pray for me. Like, the doctor said, like, at a potential high risk for high blood pressure. So, he prayed for me or whatever. And then we got off the phone. And then I remember getting in the shower the last time. I got in the shower, and I just fell to my knees, and I just prayed to God, and I was just like, help me out of this situation. Like, why me? Why do I deserve this? Like, I'm a great woman. It's telling him exactly, what I've been going through, and just see me through out of everything. And that, like, next month, like, it was just like a whole change. Like, I just started worrying about everything. Like, started focusing on me. Skin started clearing back up. Weight started gaining back, and it just went up from there. So God definitely did that.
Yeah. God will definitely tell you when it's time to move to our relationships. Definitely tell you when it's time, and he also puts people in your path along the way to kind of show you, like, all right, let me show you something new, because what you going through, I don't want you to go through this, and I don't want you to go back to what you going through. So, if you want to end up in the hospital, go ahead, go back to what you used to, but definitely will show you, and honestly, just being transparent, about my situation. I just feel like always really being authentic with yourself, and people want to hear about your stories, and I'm a type of person, I don't mind. I'll tell the truth. I don't mind telling about my story, but yeah, I had it where it was bad, like wearing heart monitors, like going to the cardiologist, trying to figure out like why I'm just having like heart palpitations, like not eating, not sleeping, drop massive weight. So it was just like, I told myself I would never allow myself to be put back in a situation ever again like that. And I haven't. And I told myself I'm going to always choose me before anything. I'm going to choose my mental before anything. It's nothing like choosing yourself first when you're going through a situation like that, like that's a life death situation. Anything dealing with your heart, blood pressure, cholesterol, those are life changing events. And if that doesn't want to make you change, then I don't know, because I value my life. I love me, I do. And I refuse to allow any person to take me back to a place that I had to pray myself out of.
Exactly. And I remember it was so bad at one point in time, like, and I don't even smoke, like, I even smoked to go numb, just to see if that would not cloud my mind so much, because all I could think about is just like everything that I was going through, just to sleep it off. But that wasn't even helping. I was just like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. But it was really insane.
Right.
Really insane. And then to the point where you think you may want to put your hands on somebody.
Yeah, it's like, time to go.
Definitely not healthy. Like,
it's time to go.
I gotta get somebody because I'm gonna kill somebody.
Yeah, and a lot of times we gotta realize we have to normalize that no matter how good you are to a person, it doesn't mean that they're gonna be good to you. And we have to really normalize that, because we have faith and be like, you know what? I'm gonna give this person a chance after chance. Well, how many chances are you supposed to give this person if they obviously showing you that they're not changing? Because the truth of the matter, you can't make a person change unless they want to change themselves. It's not no therapy gonna help. It's not any of those things. You know what? They may help to just get by. But if that person is not ready to change, they're not going to change for you. They may end up going to the next relationship and doing a whole 360 because in theory, they was just waiting to start over with someone new, but wanted to still straggle you along. So you gotta, you gotta be careful, like really for real. And it's like the more we go into another era, the worse it gets. Like these relationships are getting, it seems to be getting worse and worse. And the people intentions are no longer pure at all. So yeah, I just always say, protect your peace, protect your mental. Anything that you had to pray yourself out of, please don't go back there. Please don't go back there.
That mental abuse is something terrible.
Right.
And that eats you alive before anything else. It first starts off with your mental abuse. Then it comes to physical abuse.
Right.
When they see that the mental is not getting to you as much anymore, then it starts to become physical abuse.
Yep. And another thing, don't be blinded. Don't be blinded by sex. Because I hear a lot of people, man and woman, they be so quick to say, oh, the sex is great. It's this, is that. Sex is still not going to strengthen your connection with that person. It doesn't matter what the situation is, because every single time that you decide to go back, the disrespect is just going to get louder and louder every single time. So it doesn't matter how
they have you, they trap you.
Yep,
And they'll say that, oh, she'll be back. You'll be back. You'll be back.
Yep. And guess what? And every time that you come back, it makes them stronger and it makes you weaker to them because they're not going to respect you in a manner that you thought they was going to respect you in. Because now you're showing them that your worth doesn't matter at all. You're not worthy.
Yourself.
Right. Because you got to ask yourself, how do I expect somebody else to respect me when I don't respect myself? I don't even love myself. I keep putting myself in a situation and you say that you're going to change and you never change. So I can't expect that. You got to always make sure that you take care of yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You guys are bringing the heat tonight. Like, what is it that Monday workaholic day? Like, everybody done probably went to work and like
okay. It's that coffee.
That coffee.
That coffee for me.
Look, I don't drink no coffee. This is just my energy. Like, I can talk about this all day.
I've been up since 5:30 a.m. It's the coffee.
The coffee.
It's the coffee.
I need some of it had not today. Or some hot tea.
Some hot tea sounds good. So you guys got some more questions?
Of course.
Oh, it don't even have to be questions. You guys can just really just shine some light, give some encouraging words to, the viewers. You know what I mean?
Well, I had a question really quick.
Go ahead. I want you to answer your questions.
What's something you used to believe about relationships but no longer do?
Say it again.
What are some things you used to believe about relationships but no longer do? Like, say for instance, like people believe that you should do step A to step Z, like graduate college, get married, have kids, get married, something like that.
Well, since she threw the question out there, guys, I was going to go into the whole marriage thing when I said, I don't believe in marriage. So I'm gonna just go ahead since she asked that question. So when I mentioned earlier in the podcast, I said, hey, get married and things like that. I don't believe in marriage. And let me unpack it for you for a minute. You know, we live in a society where we always told to do A, B, C. So it's like, hey, go to school, get a college degree, get married, have kids, the same ordinary concept of that our older generation is wired to how we're wired now, which now we as a generation are unwiring things that they have taught us. Now, don't get me wrong, and this is not to say and be offended to anything. Like, I think marriage is very beautiful for people that want to get married. Totally fine. For me, I feel like I don't need to have a piece of paper to tell me that a person that I love, that, hey, we got to go get married. I have to go to the courthouse. I have to change everything with its IRS, do all these different things. Like, I don't feel like I need that. If anything, you know, I'm educated. I tell my partner, hey, let's change your last name. Go ahead and get that change in the system. Let's get a power of attorney. That means that, you know, if something happens, you have a power of attorney over, you know, the state, all these different things. We're good to go. I don't feel like I have to go stand in front of chapel and say, hey, you know, we're going to get married, or go down to the courthouse and actually get married. No, I don't feel like I need to do that. I don't. I mean, I don't feel like don't feel like a certificate is going to solidify a relationship, because at the end of a marriage, at the end of the day, people are going to do what they want to do regardless. It doesn't matter if you're married, if you're single, or whatever the case may be. People are going to do what they want to do regardless. So you think because you actually slam and say, hey, I have this paper, it's going to control everything. Okay, people may not sign a prenup. You may have to give them money. Okay, but who is that? What's money to someone that actually have money? Nothing. They're going to just kindly give you everything, hire the best of the best lawyer to either give you everything or not give you everything. So why would I even want to put myself in this situation? No. So that's really my input on it. But I also want to hear what the ladies have to say. That's my input. So you guys go ahead.
Well, I'll go. Okay, so my thought about that is, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. My thought about that is, I want the piece of paper. I want my name changed on all your stuff, my stuff. I want my name to be your last name. I want everybody to know that my last name is your last name. That's how it goes with me. Now, as far as prenup stuff, there is no separate accounts. Yeah, I may have my own little separate little stash here and there, you know how us women do. But best believe I'm gonna have access to all your accounts. And you might have your own little stash here, there, everywhere, whatever, you know. But yeah, I want my name changed on everything. You might be laying up in the hospital and they're gonna be like, this is a life and death decision. We need to make a decision. And who is his wife, or what's the wife? Who's the next? They're gonna say the next of kin gonna give this decision. We don't have nothing saying that I'm your wife or whatever. They're gonna go to your mother.
They're gonna go to that power of attorney. They're gonna go to that power of attorney.
They won't got time to go find
you gotta Google that.
Google it. Listen, Google it. I want you guys to Google it. Google it. Check my facts. Check my facts.
Okay. I work in the medical field. They don't have time to go. We don't have time to do that. We don't have time to go find no power of attorney papers when it's a life and death decision.
But you wouldn't have to. They will ask. They're gonna ask something simple. They're gonna ask. So think about it. Think about it this way. If you go to the hospital right now and something happened, Lord forbid something happens to you, and your husband, you said, okay, you're at the hospital. Your husband come there. He say, and this is really not your husband. This is somebody, you know, we just spoke about the ex, the second one that's crazy. And he just says, hey, you know, like, I'm here, you know, he's showing this panic ass move, like, oh, I'm panicking. He says his name is da da da, whatever. And they go ahead and believe him and take him back there. They're still gonna check. No matter what, they still have to check.
They're gonna verify who
exactly.
he is.
That's the key.
And they're gonna
verify.
See that it's nothing on my demographic showing his name.
Right. And that's what happens
so
with
the
the
next
POA.
Akin that's on the demographics, they're gonna have to get in contact with the next akin that's on demographics.
Right. So it's the same thing. That's what I'm saying. That's the key thing that you said. Verify. If you are on this person, paperwork, everything, and this is all public records, really, honestly. It don't matter. POAs, that's all public records. So even if you're still gonna have to verify, it doesn't matter the circumstances. But I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I just like that we have these open discussions, these opinions, because, you know, I just like to hear people reasoning on why they want to have, you know, the paperwork solidified.
Okay, but I got a patient like this today, actually. So I had to deal with the bull crap.
Mm-hmm.
The mom, it was nothing on. It said girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's not marital status, was not wife. It was, we can't do it. And so we had to go with the mom. Oh, she was hot. She was hot. And he's on life support. So mom wanted to pull the plug.
Mm.
So we had to go with mom. Because it said girlfriend, no marital status or nothing. But it also said that you can talk to the girlfriend about medical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Because it had no marital status, we cannot let her make those type of decisions.
Right.
At all.
Right.
So that's what I mean by, I want my name to be changed on everything. I don't want your mom to pull the plug on you. If we can save you, we can save you.
Right. I totally agree. I mean, like I said, that's just, you know, that's a reasoning.
And on an insurance policy as well.
Yeah. I mean, and that's another, that, you know, that's conversation too, you know, when it comes to insurance policy, you can put, you know, your partner, your spouse, whoever on, you know,
the beneficiary,
you know, it could be a contingent beneficiary, you know.
What people don't understand, that who gets the death certificate. Now, the person may have, your spouse or whoever may have the insurance policy, but when the funeral home released the death certificate to who?
Mm. Yeah. That's true.
My perspective on that is that, I've been married before, and I did the whole certificate, change name type of thing. And, you know, that's what I know, that's what I was brought up on. So I agree with both of you guys, because like Rondell said, if anything happens to you, what are they gonna do? Who are they gonna reach out to? Because they're just taking, if you knew that you were dating somebody a long time ago, and you may have different paperwork from years ago, and you have this person, and I get a picture of, you know, you have them on paperwork, wouldn't that still be some type of confusion?
Confusion as far as what?
Like, okay, so for instance, you were dating Keisha 10 years ago and you had her down as a spouse on all your documents, right? Then you started dating somebody 5 years ago and you want to marry this person and things like that, but y'all aren't married. But she's on some of your paperwork as well, and she legally does have a last name. Like you said, you have a power of attorney. Wouldn't that be a conflict of interest because both of the parties have some type of dealing with you?
No, everything again, the paperwork. Let me get back on camera. I thought I was on camera. But the paperwork aspect, I mean, paperwork is always going to solidify over anything. That's why I said in this country, everything is, we need to see paperwork. We need to see paperwork. We need to see documents. We need to see documents. You're not just, you don't have any documents. Just like if, someone passes away and they have a will, that's a document. You have to see the will in order to even proceed with anything. That's why they created a document. Documents is always going to supersede any type of thing you have going on in your life. That's just what it is. Can't nobody just come up and say, you know what? I was dating Ashley, so I was with her for 10 years. So I owe her. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter because even if you are now a resident of another state and that's your paperwork is filed in that state, how is it going to matter?
I'm still going to do my due diligence and research. So, okay.
Go ahead.
Repeat that last statement. If your paperwork was filed in another state, what?
Yeah, if your paperwork is filed in another state, it's not like, she basically saying about like common law. Common law is kind of like, they do it in like California, they do it in Virginia. The common law, it's technically if you've been together for like 10 plus years, you are considered married. That's how they do it in states like that. So if I'm saying if you were in another state, like just say you were in Georgia or whatever the case may be, and you dated a partner that may have been that was in California or whatever, you're no longer a resident there. You're in another state. As long as you have like, I think it's like an over 3-year residency in another state, you're not considered a state of that. You're not considered a resident of that state anymore. So your paperwork is null and void. Anything in common law, you don't really, I think in California, and don't quote me because I'm not 100% sure. I don't think you actually have to have paperwork in California or Virginia. You might have to have it. I'm not 100% sure. But all I'm saying is when it comes to common law, it doesn't matter. That paperwork is still going to solidify the entire situation. And when we meet again, we can also, just kind of bring this in on the segments. Then we meet again, just a quick update. We're gonna give you guys updates just to make sure that we validate this information because we don't like to give falsified information. So we're gonna validate this information for you and have an update when we stream again for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Some more questions? I know we got some more questions. We gonna be wrapping up here in about 10 minutes. We've been giving these lovely people an hour of our time. So I'm sure they want to get back to their family and not entertain us right now. Yeah, got some more questions?
I'm sure they would like to stay on here with us.
Okay.
I would hope so.
I hope so too. We listen. This is our episode 3. We just really out here talking about, we just like to talk. These are conversations that we really have amongst ourselves, but we figure, what? Why not bring all of our bright minds? We're missing a person, but she'll be here on the next episode. But why not bring our bright minds together? Talk about it with the world. You guys can get in contact with us. We have an IG, which is empowerment_reckless podcast. You can reach out on. You have any questions? We also have a website as well. That's www.empowermentrecklesspodcast.com. You can send inquiries, questions. We like questions. I do. If we don't have an answer to your question, we'll find the answer. You know, it doesn't matter what it is. Remember, this show is about everything under the sun. From, you know, we can discuss politics, we can discuss business, we can discuss relationships, you know, mental health, anxiety, anything that you could possibly think of, we can discuss it and we have a conversation about. So, you know, once everything starts to pick up, you know, we're gonna have it where you guys are be able to really kind of ask, you know, say, hey, we want you guys to discuss this topic today. You know, just give us some questions. You know, we will gladly be able to, you know, discuss it on our show. Not a problem.
Thank you, Ashley.
Yes. Y'all look cute today.
Yes, you guys always look beautiful. Beautiful Black queens, Nubian queens.
Thank you. I miss you guys.
Yeah. So like just a little bit, we all are in different states. So all four of us are actually in different states. So yeah, that's what makes this podcast a little bit challenging. But you know what? As we continue to grow, we're going to get through those kinks. But, you know, I always tell people I like to show the beginning. I don't just like to have the end process and show you, oh, well, we're here. We have 100K subscribers. No, I want you guys to see and go through this journey with us and see from the imperfections in the beginning and just seeing it progress throughout the entire duration. So while y'all with us, so y'all understand, like, hey, you know, they are really true. They're authentic. They're not just feet. No, I want you guys to see everything. Like I said, this podcast, we came up with it just really conversating and just like, you know, let's just do something. We all are entrepreneurs. We all entrepreneurs. So we just figure like, let's just do something else with our time. So what better place to talk with you guys and bring you some heat, help you out.
Well, you're the captain here.
You said what? Shh, don't bring out all my good skills. Do not bring out all my skills yet. You know, in due time, can't give them all.
I call her the Dr. Phil.
Yeah. That's I try to give encouraging advice to people when they're going through things, you know. I just always put myself in another person's shoes, no matter the circumstances. That's my character. You know, it doesn't matter. I don't have to go through it to kind of give you encouraging words, but I do understand when people say, you know, you have to go through, you might do. However, I can still, you know, uplift you, give you encouraging words on situations and, you know, still be there for you. So guys, we're wrapping up. You want to give them a quote for the night? Diamond. Maybe so. You said you're single and on the market, right? I don't know. You said you're single and on the market.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I assume. Oh, sorry. I didn't know.
Let me see. It was one quote that I like. This was one of my favorite quotes I used to have on my signature.
Well, I'll give you one while she's waiting. How you do anything is how you do everything. So let me unpack that for you. If you make your bed in the morning, how you do anything is how you do everything. That means that you should be making your bed every single morning. That means that's the start of your day. If you get out of the bed and your bed is not made up, 9 times out of 10, I've seen it happen to myself. I have always had a bad day when I don't make my bed up, because it's just like, it's a start for me to start to do, like, get my day started. That's the first initial task that I completed for this day. So I always try to make my bed up before I get out of bed. I always try to do everything the same way, be consistent. Working out in the morning, 5 o'clock, try to get up and be consistent. I haven't been so consistent lately, but I'm working on getting better with consistency because I've been just, so busy with, I don't like to say busy work, productive with things that's been going on. So, yeah.
Okay, so my quote is keep smiling because life is a thing. There are so much to smile about.
Okay.
So even when there's days that you don't want to get out of bed and you may feel like, things are not going the way that we want them to go, at the end of the day, get up, keep smiling, keep pushing, and, enjoy life while you have it because you never know when it's needed. And being that that should be a great reason why we wake up every day.
Mm-hmm. You have to wake up with a purpose every single day. Wake up with a purpose. I promise you, when you wake up with the purpose, it changes the dynamics. Mm-hmm. We all get 1,440 minutes, 86,400 seconds in a day. So everybody get the same amount of time in a day. What you choose to do with your time dictates your future. I'm a firm believer on that. I'm a firm believer. So, get up, get moving. If you are in a bad relationship and you just feel like, you just can't prevail and you feel like it's holding you back, start with baby steps. I'm not saying if that person is beating on you, then there's no baby steps. You have to leave. Mm-mm. But if it is a situation that's controlling your mental, start with baby steps. Start to meditate. Start to go to the gym. Just change little habits. Little habits that you change in a day makes up a big difference. So when you start being consistent for those 30 days plus, I always say it's take 30 days to break a habit and 30 days to begin a habit. So you start with that, you're going to be good. Just honestly, I want to say, know your worth. Know when it's time to pull that plug, before it's too late. And especially if you have kids, don't let your kids see these things, because trust me, what they say, thug life, the hate you give lives in infants every day. It's really true. When them kids are growing up, they watching everything that's going on behind doors. And when you think they not watching. So when you see them replicate exactly what went on with you, it's too late. So, ladies, I want ladies and gentlemen. This is not just a biased standpoint. Ladies and men go through these things: abusive mental relationships, unhealthy relationships. All I want you to do is, stay strong. And if it's your time to leave that relationship, definitely leave it. Definitely leave it.
You better run. Run. Run.
Right.
Don't look back.
Don't. It's no looking back. It's no looking back. Like I said yesterday, it's, you're gonna cry. You're gonna be upset. You're gonna be hurt. But just remember that, God has something better in store for you, your family, and much more. Go get in charge of your mental. Get that back. You know what I'm saying? And again, we're here for you. If you want to talk, reach out and, send us emails, go ahead. You can send us emails. Our email is info@empowermentrecklesspodcast.com. And one of us will respond back to you. If you want a specific person that you want to talk to, it could be Diamond, Dale, Ashley, Latoya. That's fine. But we all are here for you.
Absolutely.
So we are about to wrap this up. We're going to go and spend some time with our families now. We do appreciate you guys for joining us again tonight. And we will see you guys on Wednesday. All right. Have a good night.
Night. Be safe.
Good night.